Impossible is nothing but an illusion. But it is a very, very convincing one. Now that was an illusion and impossible. Thank you.
Hi world, it's been almost 2 weeks. I can't believe I actually stayed absent for that long, but there's been so many great things happening. I literally just came back from a presentation here in Las Vegas this afternoon, but this past weekend I was in Los Angeles and I was speaking. Mr. Bob Proctor invited me to speak at his Paradigm Shift event, and I delivered my full 45-minute keynote broken up in 3 different segments. And if you were one of the many people that left me so many nice comments that tuned in, thank you so much. I really appreciated hearing from all of you and listening to all your great feedback. Now, my mind is still buzzing. There's so many things we can keep improving on, right? And at that Paradigm Shift event, there were people that's been there, they've been coming every time for the last 30, 40 years, because their results keep improving and they keep growing and they keep want to move forward. So that was really amazing to see. The weekend proved definitely that nothing is impossible. If I didn't believe it before, I do now. So many great things happening. And what we deem impossible, what we think is impossible, is really just how we're conditioned, how we're brought up. So the more normal we've been subjected to, the more far-fetched impossible is going to seem. That is truly how it is. During the keynote, I shared my 3 steps to impossible, what I have found worked really great for me over the years. 3 very simple things that you can apply in your own life, in any area of your life, that will put you closer towards your version of impossible. First, you gotta imagine, you gotta use that gray matter between your ears, because you know what? Most people don't, and they don't actively use their imagination because school has taught us not to, right? We're taught to stop daydreaming and start repeating. And that's so sad, because that's where everything happens. So the more far-fetched your goal is, the better, really. And you gotta stretch when you think about this. Don't think about what you think you can get, what's sort of around the corner, what's easy. No, because that's what you already know how to do. That's not even a goal. You gotta stretch, and you gotta think about not what do you think you can get, but what do you really want? And there's a huge difference between the two. Something that really stuck out to me was a quote that Bob shared during his presentation during Paradigm Shift. It's by Robert Heinlein, and he said, "In absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until we ultimately become enslaved by it." And isn't that most people? Just reacting to daily life, to daily trivia, what's required of them, never actually sitting down and imagining what they want. So with that imagined end goal in mind, we're going to create influence over ourselves to move forward and create it. Best way to do that, to create influence over yourself, to create motivation, is to look at what will happen if you took no action. What would happen if you took absolutely no action towards your goal? What is the consequence? Most people are living paycheck to paycheck, right? How is that going to look like 10 years from now, 15 years from now? Many, over 50% of Americans, are struggling with their health and with being overweight. And how is that going to look like, 10 years from now? How is that going to make you feel? So whatever it is, look at the risk of what would happen if you took no action towards your goal. Now that should create a healthy dose of influence over yourself. And the 3rd step is ignite. Ignite into action. Take action on one thing. One thing you can do today. Doesn't matter how big or how small. One thing. Bob recommends to set a goal of 6 goal-achieving activities that you do every day that will put you closer towards your goal. It can be bigger and small things. Doesn't matter. Anything at all you can think about right now that will put you closer towards your goal. You imagine the outcome, you created influence over yourself by looking at what would happen if you took no action, and 3rd step, ignite into action by choosing one thing that you can execute on today. Now think about it. What is your version of impossible, and why aren't you living it? There's only one reason, you, because we are all equipped with the same ability to think and create. Spirit is omnipresent, it's all over there at the same time. That means we all have access to this power. It's not unique to some special 1% club. You have it too. You have access to the same power that all great thinkers in this world ever had. Most people just don't think they have access to it, so they don't act on it. They don't do anything about it. So I invite you now to spend the weekend, think about what do you really want, create influence over yourself by looking at what would happen if you didn't take action. How is conformity going to look like? And 3, ignite into action by choosing one action step. All right, now, I want to see you back next week. In the meantime, put those 3 steps to action and go live the impossible.